Okay, in this video today I'm going to share with you the best places to find your ephemera if you are going to sell your handmade journals, gifts, whatever it is that you're making, so that you don't make a costly mistake. Hi, I'm Marsha. Welcome back to Markets of Sunshine. So I'll get started first on where's the best place and where's the least, the worst place. Okay, so the best place is your digital papers. Make sure you read, like on Etsy for instance, you read their terms of use, and so they'll spell it out very clearly there if you're allowed to use it and make small batches or sell them in your Etsy shop or at craft fairs in small batches. Always look for that because you do not want to infringe upon somebody else's copyright and intellectual property rights. Next would be old books, and anything 1922 and older no longer falls under the copyright laws. So you're safe there. Websites where you can go and buy the rights, and there's even sellers on Etsy that you do that as well. They sell an extra terms of use. I forget what they call that exactly, but $35 usually is about the price. And then you have the license to use those images that you purchased. And then they still restrict the amount that you can do. Some of them say 1,000, 500 pieces. So always be sure to check because you don't want to infringe upon that. Anything that you received as a freebie in any of the Facebook groups is another area where you are not given permission by the designer to make something with it and then put it in something just for sale in your Etsy shop. So be careful with that. But another place where you can find beautiful ephemera is old gift wrap paper. So I have never seen anything on a gift wrap paper. The image itself you cannot reproduce, so you could not scan these and sell them as their images like they are. But as far as cutting it out and then using that in something in your projects and selling it, it's just like with old books, then you're allowed to do that. And you have to be careful also when you purchase magazines. Okay, so scrapbook papers, let's cover again all the places where it's the best place if you're a seller to get your papers and ephemera. So always check the copyright when you purchase anything, and then that way you're going to cover yourself and you're not going to get in trouble later on down the road. And you can also consult with a lawyer. They will be happy to answer that question for free for you. And if you're in the United States, you can use your state's free legal service website, and you get to ask a question, and then if you needed to have any further legal advice, they'll give you the first appointment at a really discounted rate. And I don't know if it was like for 15 minutes. I've done that several times. You pay like $25. I think it was either half an hour or 15 minutes or something. And then you get your questions answered. But just be very careful. Disney items in particular are intellectual property rights. You are not allowed to use any of Disney's things and sell them, on any of your items. And people do it all the time, and it's on Etsy all over the place. But just because those shops do it does not make it right. Fabric is the same thing. There's been big lawsuits in courts over the use of fabric. And a lot of companies did not want you to use their fabrics in a commercial way. Well, why are you selling the product then? It's so that people can buy it and be creative. So that one has pretty much been won in the courts, that fabric, but you still need to be careful and read that edge where it's printed, because it will tell you there. And there are certain companies, and Nancy Drew, whoever it was that bought the rights to the Nancy Drew books, and then they came out with fabric for a short while. I sold it in my Pioneer Fundraiser Etsy shop. I was allowed to resell the fabric, but when I made something with the fabric, then somebody turned me in, because they don't come on there. They couldn't possibly, unless they just hired somebody to come on Etsy one day. And then why they singled my shop out, I don't know. It was called My Secret Compartment. That was my shop. And then they complained to Etsy. Etsy sent me a message. They just deactivated that listing. And I had used a piece of the fabric to make, to embellish something. And there were other sellers who were making pillows, who had tote bags, and they were still able to be on Etsy. So that that's the thing. It's just, but once you've been flagged, now you have to remove it, and you never could sell it again. So just be aware of the laws, and don't infringe on these copyrights, so that you don't want to go through that headache. So your scrapbooking papers, obviously they were made for that. And these companies, they're making their money, so that's your best place. And then these vintage wrapping papers are another excellent source. And so just look at each of these little, squares. I can cut these out, and I'm going to laminate one side. Then I can use these in any of my projects that I want to without any worries. Now here's where the line is definitely black and white, drawn in the sand, as to where you can and where you cannot. And it's when you purchase books that are with ephemera and magazines. These you can use for your own personal use, but in this particular one with ephemera, and I was like, oh, this is exciting, look at this, I have a whole book of ephemera that I can use in my projects, and I can list them in my Etsy shop, but oh, guess what, nope, sorry. So this Kitty Rose Vintage, it says it right here in the front. No part of this book may be reproduced or used in any manner without written permission of the copyright owner. And so there's two different artists in here. But then over here on this page, it tells you, oh yes, for your personal use, you can use it to your little heart's content. And then I purchased this book, and I thought, I was getting more ephemera. Well, it wound up being a book full of occasions that I do not use in my crafting. So I'm going to put this in a giveaway, and then that way somebody else who doesn't mind these holidays and things like that for their crafting, then they'll be able to use it. The paper is so nice in here. It's absolutely beautiful. And there was only like the tail end of the book was like something that would be fine for me to use in my crafting, but I said, what am I going to do with the rest of the pages? So I thought I'll just use it in my giveaway. So when I reach the 900, I'm going to put this in as a giveaway option for somebody. All right, so now the other book that you have to be careful with is this Daphne's Diary. So all the people from UK and Ireland and over there in Europe and everything just rave about this magazine, and it's a lovely magazine, I agree. It's right along the lines of the Mary Jane Farm magazine that I subscribe to, that I absolutely love. This magazine is a whole lot bigger than Mary Jane's Farm. I love that feature about it. The papers, it's like a recycled paper that they printed it on. I love that about it. It's not slippery. And then she does even tuck in like little craft projects that you can cut out little things here as well. But again, it is copyright infringement if you were to use any of her images and put them in a product and sell them in your shop. That is a big no-no. And it says it right down here at the very bottom. Articles, images, photos published in this magazine may not be copied, reproduced, published, or otherwise placed in the public domain in any format without prior permission from Daphne's Diaries. So right there, that was a big letdown. So I'm thinking, well, why does she have all these beautiful papers in here? If people who sell things can't use them? And it's like, because it's for all those, you know, other thousands of people who don't sell things to be able to use it in their little projects. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand. But there's beautiful images in here that I can still use in my personal projects, and I do make a lot of get well cards and anniversary for friends and things like that, sympathy. So I said, okay, that's fine. And I loved all the butterflies and things. So there was lots and lots of images in here. I love this cute little story about the Cornelius bunny. So if you happen to get this, was the number 6, 2022 issue. And to get it in the US is like almost, well, not triple, but double and then a little bit more of what they get it for in the UK. But that's okay. I just love it. I just wanted to have it. I said, okay, so many of the other YouTubers, Jen for one, of just Jen Journaling, I love her projects and things like that, and just, I guess it's just a really nice, to me it's right in up the same format of Mary Jane's Farm. So it's just a lot bigger in size, and it has more, and Mary Jane doesn't include stuff like this. I wish she did. But look at all these beautiful images I'm going to fussy cut out and use them into projects. So it was worth it. I really, because I wanted to know what was the big deal? What is it, you know? So this I'm very happy with for my own personal use. This I'm very happy with my own personal use, but I'll never buy any more. And this one here was a disappointment, and it was a good, you know, low price from the particular seller. I got it through the Thrifts Books was the seller on Amazon, so I didn't have to pay for shipping, but still, just I was going to send it back, but then I was going to have to pay almost $6 for shipping. I was like, okay, no, I'll just gift it in one of my giveaways. So I hope somebody out there will appreciate it. The pages, like I'm saying, the paper is really, really nice. You'll like that for your journals and whatever you want to do with it. So this was just a quick little video on what to do and not to do if you're an Etsy seller or a seller of your products, so that you don't get yourself in trouble and so that you're not wasting money buying things that you cannot use in your products to sell. So I will be doing a lot of YouTube shorts between my long content video days. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday will be lots of YouTube short videos. So be prepared and be on the lookout for those. So little 1 minute videos. And so I think that you'll enjoy those, and I'm trying to just show you all the different types of things that I do here on my channel, and you can find full-length videos to the little projects that I show you in these little short videos here on my channel. All right, so thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, joining my creative community. Keep creating in the sunshine and stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.